You're right, YouTube. It is Mr. Mean coming at you. I just had a brain fart. My wife said something and it totally caught me off guard. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's video du jour is Polyhedral Nights Dark Times. Yes, this is by Polyhedral Nights. I have 3 supplements here. First and foremost, disclaimer, this was given to me for free as compensation for helping out at Gamehole Con, helping out Polyhedral Nights and Mickey at Gamehole Con. So we had a blast. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully Mickey sold a lot of books. I think he did okay. Not as great as he wanted to do, but he did pretty good. First and foremost, this is getting a 2.0. This is the current version. It retails for $45.99. It is hardback. It is, let me get you a full page count. We have a character sheet in here we can photocopy. 308 pages, not including the character sheet. There is no index, there's a scenario. We'll go through the book a little bit and talk about it. But for 2.0, Mickey, take a hint, put an index and a table of contents. I think it has a table of contents. Yes, full table of contents. So I got this. I got the NPC book. If you haven't seen these, more companies need to start doing this. This is just a little, what is this? How many pages is it? This one's about 53 pages, and it's just NPCs, plot hooks, and villains or bad guys, monsters, whatever you want to call it. He's got them for several of his lines. And this one is the NPC book written by Richard Kelly and Mickey Barfield. This is super cool. It's just, a little pamphlet style. Like I said, this is 53 pages, black and white art. It's got some art inside of it, but it's mostly just NPCs, plot lines, that kind of thing. It's a great resource for GMs. I don't think players need to buy this. I think Mickey sells them for $10 or $9. I think $9. And this one is specific to dark times. So dystopian cyberpunk future where corporations have learned to make nanites that give you superpowers. So yeah, if this sounds like The Boys and Vought Corporation, it's pretty much what it is, but I think it's way cooler and done much better. I also did get a Dark Times source book, Steel City. This is a location. This is intended to be used with Dark Times, the cyberpunk superheroes RPG available online from the Polyhedral Nights. I'll make sure I put a link to their web store. I believe you can get their stuff also on Drive-Thru RPG. There is some art in here, some color art. This is just basically a source book. I have not had a chance to read it, so I don't know that much about it, but it looks pretty cool. I am definitely interested in learning a little bit more about it. I will say what's cool about this is if you know Wicked PAX, I'm a fan of Wicked PAX. I ran Wicked PAX at Gamehole Con for Mickey. I had 6 players at the table. They enjoyed it. In fact, one of the young ladies came in and bought all the supplements. She had won a copy of the core book I had a giveaway and I had everybody roll off, and she rolled a nat 20. So obviously, clearly it was meant for her to get it. I don't remember her name, but she was very lovely. She had a 19-year-old son, and she was like, I wish he would have came because he would have enjoyed this game. If you don't know about Wicked PAX, go back and check my review in the doobly-doo, because Wicked PAX is probably my favorite game that Polyhedral Night makes. Although this may be a new runner here. I'm really into superheroes. I like the idea of the big bad evil corporations and these nanite encapsulated heroes fighting the man, so to speak. We've got, how many pages here do we say? Yeah, 308 pages, including a character sheet in the back. So if you buy this as a PDF, you'll get a copy of the character sheet that you can print off. Although you could lay this. The art is, I think, pretty solid in here. It's very cool. There's not a whole lot of art, but again, this is indie publication. Polyhedral Knights is Mickey's got a few games up, but the art's pretty solid. I don't believe there's any AI art in here. I think there would be a disclaimer. Let's see who did the art. I'm looking. Cover artwork by Douglas Riley and Wayne Shaw, and then a whole bunch of other people did the art. Yeah, so that's awesome. Uh, yeah, this is just cool. It's a cool mechanics. You're gonna have a dice pool. It's a dice pool mechanic where you choose. So, say your strength is 3d6. You're gonna roll 3d6, or the skill you're doing is you're shooting a gun. So your small arms may be 3d6 and your strength may be 4. You're going to roll 3d6, take the highest of the die, add it to your appropriate attribute. In this case, dex, not strength. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. And then that's going to be your total, and you're going to meet or beat the difficulty that the GM assigns. It's a super easy system. Damage, you roll the dice, you add them up, and that's how much damage you do. Armor subtracts. It's a super simple system. I like it. It's very quick. It's very fast. You've got some cool powers here. Your powers, what's cool about Dark Times is there's all these different corporations, and they all have a different strand of nano, which gives you different powers. So when you get this and you want to jump into making a character, you need to look at which corporation you're going to fall under, because all the powers are different. So it's really cool in that aspect. I'm just going to read the back blurb here real quick. The trains don't run through this part of town anymore. Not since someone stood on the tracks and tried to rob one. 13 years ago, he would have just ended up in the obituaries, but instead, he melted the engine with an energy blast from his hands, and 37 people were injured. Downtown, they have peacekeepers to prevent that. Dressed in their corporate power armor, they stand on every steel corner, looming over pedestrians, waiting for an excuse. Here, things work a little differently. People pay their protection money to crooked supers. Folks grumble about it, but when a man who can shoot lightning from his fingers floats down from the sky and demands you call him king, you call him king. The corporations say that they are doing their best to round up the renegade creations they made, but there are a few good enhanced out there too, caught between the corpse and their own kin. This is the world of Dark Times, a tabletop role playing game about superheroes and the corporate slum that has swallowed up most of the United States. So, yeah, and it goes on and on and on. It's pretty well written. So, I did talk to Mickey about this, and the reason there's a 2.0 coming is he wants to do a better layout of the book. It wasn't laid out to his liking. I don't see a huge problem with it, but I have not read it cover to cover. What I've seen is fine. It's serviceable. It works. I can make a character. This is one I want to get to the table. This is my kind of game. And like I said, it uses the same mechanics as Wicked Packs. So I already know the game. So I don't have a problem with it. And I like that, dystopian corporate, cyberpunk future where the corporations are evil. And, I mean, I think the cover is kind of cool. I would have definitely gone with a different piece of art, because it really doesn't give you the feel of supers or corporate America. I mean, maybe somewhat by the almost looks like a military type cop or peace officer. But again, art is subjective, and at the time, what they were thinking of, it looks like she might have super strength. It looks like she's swinging around a big chunk of metal. So, but I like the font. I like the cover. I like the verbiage on the back. I think it's a cool game. I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke up your arse about it's the best game ever made. It's not. It has some errors in it. It has some typos, but it's a good game. It's functional. I think it's fun. I'm hoping next year at GameholeCon I can run this and Wicked Packs, because I enjoyed Wicked Packs. If you don't know what Wicked Packs is, go back in the doobly doo and watch my review. It's basically the Dresden Files, modern day supernatural, with the serial numbers filed off. So you play modern day witches and mages, and there's evil and and good and evil, the celestial order, not angels, that kind of thing. And then there's demons. And so you're walking that fine line in between. So it's a really uh, fun game. And this uses the same mechanics. Your skills, you put so many points in the skills, they give you certain die codes. You roll those dice and you add it to an attribute, and that's your target number, and you meet or beat. So it's pretty solid, pretty easy. Another piece of art right there. A young lady with what looks like some sort of sci-fi gun, and she's about to throw some wicked looking energy at somebody. So, yeah, not much more to say about this. Dystopian future corporations have cornered the market on nanotech that can make you a super. Of course, you have to sell your soul to the corporation. And of course, there's the renegades who have basically left the corporate fold and taken their superpowers with them. And now they're doing their own thing. Or, there's a million ways you can do this. Someone stole some nanobites and let them out in the public, whatever. There's a million different ways to play this. But I think this is a complete game. You don't need anything else. You buy this one book and you're good. These are just helpers, and they're nice to have, but you don't need them. I will say help an indie, developer, publisher, and buy them because I think they're cool, especially the NPC book. I'm telling you, I don't know how many, I've been GMing for 40 years now. And I can tell you, I wish, hell, 10 years ago, I'd had something like this where I could just, I need a thug. Oh, boom, there he is right there. Here's his abilities, there's his equipment, and there's his attacks. It's cut and dry. I'm good to go. It's a pre-made NPC. Maybe if it's not in the book, now it's here. I've got it. So check it out. Dark Times by Polyhedral Knights, Mickey Barfield. Super nice guy. He's on the channel. If you pick it up and you have questions, you can send him a Discord message. He has his own Discord, I believe. I think he has his own website. He does not. I'm not sure if he has a Discord because I have enough trouble keeping up with my own Discord, which segue leads me into like and subscribe as always. Support me on Patreon if you can. It's $5 a month. If you don't like Patreon, there's Ko-Fi. You can send me a one-time donation. I much appreciated. Or Drive Through RPG affiliate link is in the doobly-doo as well. You can buy a copy of this there, and it helps the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Also, what else? My Discord. There's an open link to my Discord. You can always put a message here on YouTube. If it doesn't work, let me know and I'll make sure I get you one, or I'll update the link. It's supposed to never expire. Active Discord, lots of publishers on there, indie publishers and designers and game gurus and stuff. And we have an eclectic taste of RPGs. So like and subscribe, hit it up. As always, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice.